Imagine this for a moment. You are not powerless. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are respected, protected, admired. Your husband commands legions. Senators stand when he enters the room. Your name carries weight in Rome. You walk through the forum and people step aside. You believe you are safe. Then one night, the torches appear. Footsteps echo in the stone corridor of your home. A knock, heavy, slow. A messenger stands outside, not nervous, not apologetic, calm. He delivers one sentence. The emperor requests your presence. It is not a request. Your husband does not argue, because arguing is treason, and treason does not end well. In ancient Rome, people feared swords, they feared famine, they feared invasion, but under one emperor, they feared something deeper. Being chosen, because when desire belongs to a god, it becomes law. What if I told you there was a ruler who did not conquer lands first, but conquered dignity? Who turned intimacy into humiliation? Who made the most private spaces of human life feel unsafe? And here is the question I want you to answer, honestly, in the comments. Is absolute power more dangerous than open violence because violence ends quickly? But humiliation lingers. The man we are about to explore did not simply rule Rome. He entered marriages, he entered families, he entered minds. His name was Caligula. And these 5 acts prove that even Rome, hardened by blood, had limits. Before he was Caligula the tyrant, he was Gaius, a child, a boy watching the empire consume his family. His father, beloved General Germanicus, died mysteriously. His mother was exiled. His brothers were eliminated one by one. Caligula learned something early. Love is temporary, power is permanent. He grew up in a world where smiling faces hid knives, where trust was weakness, where affection could be weaponized. By the time he became emperor, he was only 24. Young, handsome, charming. Rome celebrated him. But trauma does not disappear when you put on a crown. It multiplies. For a few months he ruled well. Then illness struck. Ancient historians say he nearly died. When he recovered, he was different, detached, restless, hungry for something more than admiration. He didn't just want loyalty. He wanted control over how people felt. And there is no deeper control than invading what people believe is sacred. Roman banquets were displays of hierarchy. Every seat meant something. Every glance carried meaning. Caligula understood that destroying a man publicly was easy, executing him was simple, but humiliating him emotionally, that was unforgettable. He would walk between tables slowly, observing, noticing which men sat confidently, which wives were admired, which couples radiated stability. Then he would stop. A soft compliment, a hand gesture, a pause long enough to freeze the room. The woman would rise, the husband remained seated, because standing meant challenging the emperor, and challenging the emperor meant death. When Caligula returned, he would speak casually, too casually, evaluating her beauty, her obedience, her worth. The humiliation was surgical, precise. He didn't destroy men in battle. He dismantled them in front of witnesses. Rome understood something terrifying. The emperor was not satisfied ruling politics. He was invading identity, and identity is harder to rebuild than reputation. Caligula's sisters were more than family. They were survivors of the same nightmare. He trusted no one else. He elevated them publicly, placed them beside him in ceremonies, forced Rome to swear loyalty not just to him, but to them. Why? Because they were the only part of his childhood that survived. But trauma, when combined with unlimited authority, distorts attachment. Whispers began. Rome tolerated corruption. Rome tolerated cruelty. But rumors of blurred family boundaries disturbed something ancient in Roman culture, even if exaggerated. The idea alone made senators uneasy. When his sister Drusilla died, Caligula collapsed. He did not react like an emperor. He reacted like a shattered child. He declared her divine, shut down public life, forced grief upon the empire. From that point on, affection no longer softened him. It hardened him. Loss turned into anger, and anger seeks control. Caligula discovered something powerful. You do not need chains to control someone. You need fear that follows them home. He targeted the families of rivals, not in court, not publicly, privately. The message was clear. Oppose me, and your world will shrink. Your home will not protect you. Your marriage will not protect you. Your pride will not protect you. Some women returned withdrawn, silent, changed. Some men stopped attending Senate altogether. Because what is political ambition worth if your home becomes a battlefield? This was not about desire. It was about ownership. Ownership of emotion, ownership of fear, ownership of space. And Rome began to suffocate. Caligula no longer hid his behavior. That was the shift. He wanted people to talk, because whispered fear spreads faster than visible violence. His palace became unpredictable, a place where summons meant uncertainty. Inside those walls, status dissolved. Titles meant nothing. People entered as generals, left as trembling survivors. Caligula enjoyed watching confidence collapse, because he once watched his own family collapse. This was revenge against vulnerability itself. Rome was no longer politically oppressed. It was emotionally destabilized, and emotional destabilization spread silently. Rome endured cruelty for centuries, but Caligula broke something different. He broke trust among the elite. He humiliated those who believed themselves untouchable. He made powerful men feel small, and powerful men do not forgive humiliation. They tolerate fear. They tolerate violence. But humiliation breeds revenge. In a narrow corridor beneath the palace, surrounded by men who once swore loyalty, Caligula was attacked, not by foreign enemies, not by rebels, by his own guards. There was no dramatic speech, no divine lightning, just steel and flesh. The man who believed himself untouchable fell like everyone else. History calls Caligula insane. That explanation feels comfortable, because madness suggests unpredictability. But what if he was predictable? A boy who grew up watching power destroy love. A man who decided love would never weaken him again. So he destroyed it first. His intimate acts were not accidents. They were calculated demonstrations. He wanted Rome to understand one thing. Nothing is sacred if I say so. And here is the truth that lingers. Caligula did not invent cruelty. He inherited a system that rewarded it. He simply removed restraint. So I ask you again, was he born a monster? Or did absolute power teach him that humiliation is stronger than execution? Write your answer below. Because history does not repeat through names. It repeats through systems. And whenever power enters private space, civilization begins to crack. That is the real warning hidden in Rome. Hidden secret tale.